All right, we're live. So thank you guys for jumping on. I know that you guys like had your news feeds blown up this week by us and the timelines and the coaches pages. And you guys were so awesome in like loving on us and supporting us. That was a big conversation that Susie and I had, was like the positivity that we've been seeing through the team lately, which has been so fun. And to be at Summit and kind of be able to share that with you guys was really cool, because I know some of you really wanted to be there, but it just wasn't possible, or the timing didn't work out this year. So the fact that you guys are all, registered and ready to go next year, I think it's going to really help. But I think the fact that we can share so much of what we learned with you guys right now, you guys are going to catch this momentum, because it's like you leave Summit and you literally feel like you can do anything in this business. Like you feel like you can be the number one coach. You feel like unstoppable, and it is the coolest feeling. And for me, I went to Summit last year, so I kind of knew that going into it. But I think for like Susie, she didn't really know what to expect because she wasn't there with us last year. So Susie, what do you think, like after you left Summit? I mean, everything that I just said, I mean, I got home last year and I couldn't even explain to people that weren't in the Beachbody world how much it had meant to me and how much I could feel that it had meant to my business. So why don't you share, like, as your first time, kind of how you left feeling?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, today I saw so many people at the hospital today, and everyone was like, how was Nashville? Like, we saw, it looked like so much fun. I literally was, every time somebody asked me, I was like, it was unreal. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, it was so informative. There was so much going on. We were super busy, but it was like amazing. I mean, talk about being inspired. I mean, seeing the top coaches on our team being at the top of the top, sitting on that ground floor right in front of the presenters, like at opening ceremony and closing ceremony. And of course, Brooke was down there, and it was just like awesome. And I mean, it really just gets you pumped up, and all of the events like Super Saturday and Summit, like just get you really pumped up. And I've only been to Super Saturday once before. And so being here at Summit, it was just like mind blowing, like really exciting.
Yeah, it really is. And it's so cool because we spend so much time like in our team pages together, and we spend so much time kind of like helping each other out and helping each other grow the business and get to know each other, that when you meet somebody for the first time, you like literally jump into their arms, and it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've met you before. And it's so cool. Like I don't know, like you just don't, that's one of the parts that I always share about this business, because I was never expecting to make the friendships and the connections that I've made. I mean, I knew that, I was getting into this for why, like my own reasons, but one of the things that I just never expected was to find a group of complete perfect strangers and really like bond with all of them. So we started our week with our Diamond Day, and Susie and I were both there for that. So Brooke took us all out for massages. We did brunch. She like spoiled the heck out of us, and it was just so cool to sit there with like the leaders on our team and talk about things before we went into anything like really Summit. And then at the end, what we did as a whole team, so at the end of the 4 days, everybody on the whole team went around our table, and we did kind of like a round robin of sharing our goals. And I think that had we done that at the beginning, everybody's goals would have been less than what they said at the end, because you really leave and you're like, oh my God, I can take on the world. So, we did our general sessions, and I think like the biggest message for me, like the biggest takeaway that I had was that literally anybody can do this. Like there's nothing that sets any one of us apart besides our work ethic. So like the person who works the hardest, the person who puts the most into this business, the person who's the most consistent, those are the people that are going to be at the top of every, chart, every stat, everything. Because the people who are putting in the work day in, day out, the people who are sitting at Success Club Zero on the 29th, but are still putting in 4 hours of work and messaging and whatever that it is, those are the people that are gonna see results, in 2 and 3 months. Last month I had probably the month where I reached out the most, where I messaged the most. And last month was probably my worst month of being a coach in like a year, probably since I have been to Summit last year. And it's frustrating because it's like I'm putting in all this hard work, and I just Like, don't get it. And right now I'm working already, I'm already almost at Success Club 4, not even a full day into the month, because everything that I did last month and all the messages that I put out last month, those are already coming together. So it's not going to be the smartest person. It's not going to be the best dressed, the fanciest. The person that excels the most in this business is going to be the one that puts in the most work and the one that's the most consistent about their work. And you can't go balls to the wall for a week and be like, what the hell? How am I at 0? You have to go until you start seeing something. Just at the point that you quit is probably going to be at the point that next month things are going to start to take off. You have to be patient. We have some really, really patient coaches on this team. And if you are truly, doing everything, if you're doing your power out, if you're reaching out, if you're inviting people, it's going to pay off. It cannot just sit stagnant forever. But you have to be really, really honest with yourself. And I went a long time in this business where I said, I'm doing the things that I need to do. But really, I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do because on the outside, I was posting. So think about it. I want you to think about like the last 3 weeks that you've had in the business. Have you posted every day? Hopefully the answer to that is yes. Most people can say, yeah, the answer to that is yes. The second question I want you to think about in the last 3 weeks, in all of July, let's say, did you post every day in July? So the second question is, did you invite every single day? Every single day, did you invite somebody to the opportunity? Did you invite somebody to your challenge group? Did you offer them a solution to a problem? Every single day. Okay, so we're all out there, we're posting, we see your posts, you guys are doing awesome. Like social media for Team Ignite and Team Supreme looks amazing. The thing that we can't see is your behind the scenes and the work that you're putting in that nobody else can see. All right, so if I could look back at your last month and I saw, these last 30 days, and I could look back through your social media, would you want me to look back at that honestly? Would you want me to look at your behind the scenes that nobody else sees? Because if the answer to that is no, then you probably didn't do everything you could have done, okay? Just like when you were little and your mom was like, go clean your room, and she comes upstairs and she looks under your bed and in your closet and she's like, you just shoved everything away. On the outside, it looks good, but on the inside, you have to give yourself that gut check. And until I was really honest with myself and I said, I'm not doing the things that I really need to be doing. Like social media, awesome, that's great. That kind of like puts you out there to people, but if you never ask, they won't come. You have to ask them. You have to invite them. And a lot of times we kind of like dance around the subject in our posts. So we're saying, like, I'm feeling this way. It's so great. Like, here's my before and after. But we're not going to reach the audience that we need to reach by just posting. So you have to be messaging. You have to be messaging. You have to be inviting, not only to challenge groups, not only to the solution to their weight loss problem or their nutrition problem. You have to be inviting them to this opportunity. And when you're inviting people to be a discount coach, why not take it a step further and be like, you love this product. You believe in this product. Why don't you share about it and get it for free? Okay? Because it's so easy to say to somebody like, oh, how about getting a discount? Like, that's so easy. Take it one step further and say you can get a discount and you can make money. You can help people, pay it forward. However, you have these relationships with these people. So you have to know that if something in them is going to be like that, they're going to find satisfaction in paying it forward, mention that to them. If you know that they need extra money, mention to them that they can make extra money. This business is so much about relationships that you have to know the people that you're working with. You have to know the people you're talking to. You keep notes on them, however you need to do it. But if you're sending the same stock, hey girl, thanks so much for the support on my post, and you never take it any further than that, your business is never going to go any further than that stock post. You're going to, we're going to sit at Coach or we're going to sit at Emerald forever, and you're never going to progress, okay? And I realize that everybody has their own timeline on this journey, but, and that was a big thing. Sorry, guys, I need to move around. That was a big thing too, is that everybody does have a timeline. Some people take a month to get to diamond. Some people take a year, and both are totally okay. It is all about what you want to get out of this. So the third question I want to ask you is, we did the posting. Were you posting every day last month? Were you inviting every day last month? Another question, are you reading personal development? Okay. And when I say personal development, I don't mean whatever book everybody else on the team is reading, okay? Because personal development is not a one-size-fits-all thing. Personal development is, think about the first word, personal, okay? What I need versus what Susie needs is very different. Like I need books about like organization and sticking to a list, where Susie needs something completely different than that. So a book that works for Susie isn't always going to be the book for me. What I need training on may not be what Susie needs training on, but every single day you've got to plug into something that is going to open your mind, that is going to push you forward in the business. I know for a really long time, what I did was I watched videos of other coaches. So I like found top coaches that I loved, and my personal development for the day was listening to them do these trainings on YouTube that they had put out there for their pages. And honestly, like some of the best things that I've learned in this business have been from just like training videos that other coaches are putting out for their teams. That counts. If you are maybe struggling with like keeping a positive mindset, then you need to read a book about mindset. If you're struggling with inviting, then you probably need to read Eat That Frog, because inviting is the worst thing in the world. As we, most people are like, inviting sucks, it's hard. So you read Eat That Frog, which tells you to do the hardest thing that you need to do in your day first. If you hate running, but you're training for a marathon, you go out for that run first thing in the day before you can put it off all day and not get it done. I mean, for me, I know that if I don't get my workout done right when I get home from school, before I pick up the kids, I'm going to say, I'll get it done before dinner. It doesn't get done before dinner. I'll get it done when I put the kids to bed. It doesn't get done then. You've got to do it first. You have to do the thing you don't want to do the first. Okay, so going back to it, personal development needs to be very personal to you. Like think about what you need. So did you post every day last month? Did you invite every day last month? Did you do personal development every day last month? Are you showing that you are a product of the product, okay? This is huge, because if you're saying that you're working out every day, if you're saying that you're eating clean and healthy and you're drinking your shake, but you're not seeing any results, you're lying, okay? Put it out there just like that. You are not telling the truth. Something is not going the way that it needs to go if you're not seeing results. Because guys, if you work these programs and you work the nutrition, they work. All right. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the before and afters from Country Heat. They're phenomenal, because they know that they're going to be the before and after picture for a country line dance video. So what do you think that they're doing? They're focusing on the workouts, but more than that, they're focusing on the nutrition. So if you're like me and it's easy for you to get your workout in, that's great. If you're like Susie, where it's easy for you to get your workout in and do your nutrition, even better. Okay, but if your thing is nutrition, you got to figure it out. If your thing is working out, you've got to figure it out. Find something that works for you and stick with it. Once you find that thing, don't let it go, okay? Like for me, nutrition, I'm so not my thing. Every week I'm like, okay, I'm going to start again. So I'm going to do the hardest thing I've ever done, and I'm going to do the ultimate reset, because I know that my followers at some point are going to say, I haven't seen any change from her in a while. She posts that she's working out. She posts that she's eating clean, but I don't know if I can believe her. And if your challengers and your people that follow you don't trust you, they're never going to buy into what you're A, trying to sell them and share with them, and B, they're never, ever going to join your team. So you have to be trustworthy. You've got to be honest. Be honest first with yourself, and be honest with everybody around you. If you're having a shitty day and you ate a donut, share about it. If you just went a full day without having any sugar for the first time in 2 months, share about it. People don't want to just hear the good. Share the bad. Share it all. Oh gosh, I might start cutting out. Am I cutting out? Okay, if I start cutting out, like wave to me. Share it all, okay? And then the last question, and let me go back through it all. Posting, personal development, personal development, working out, product of the product. What was the second one I said?
Inviting.
And then my fifth one. I want you to think about, and I know Susie already said it, but some of you guys are jumping on. I want you to think about, where do you want your business to be at the end of 2016, okay? If your goal is to be a diamond coach, what do you need to do to get there, okay? If your goal is to be an elite coach and have an elite team, what do you need to do to get there? If your goal is to be an Emerald coach, that's awesome. I don't want to push any goal on anybody, because this business is about you. It's not about me. It's not about Susie. This business is about you and your goals. So if your goal is to create financial freedom, I hate to tell you this, you're not going to get there on working 3 hours a week. You're not going to get there on inviting 2 people a day. Okay? Because it says invite 3 to 5 people. If you want to make $100,000 a year, you need to invite 10 people every day. If you want to make $100,000 a year, you need to add 20 people to your network every day. You can't do those bare minimum suggested things if you have big goals. If this is a hobby for you, that's awesome. There are plenty of hobby coaches who have a great time, who can go to Summit and who can do this. But if you have big, huge goals, financially, health-wise, rank-wise, you've got to put the work in. Whose phone is that? Hold on. Uh-oh. I just muted somebody's video. Heather, I just muted your video. Sorry. Is that LaDon's phone? I don't know. Let me unmute Heather's video. Woo-hoo. I'm so bad at this.
I don't hear that noise anymore, though. Oh, gosh.
Okay. All right, you're all muted. Okay. So make sure that your goals line up with your actions. Susie, do you have anything else to add to the kind of day-to-day, consistency and hard work and patience piece of this?
I mean, you really hit the hammer on the nail. Or
nailed it.
Yeah, nailed it. But the thing, and I posted this in Supreme, and some of you that are on my team, you might have seen this earlier this week. And I mean, you pretty much said it, Kristen. I mean, you have to be following those things. And when we go to Secret Saturday and events, they're like, you want to know the secret sauce to being successful? What is it? It's always the vital behaviors. If you're going to do the vital behaviors, you're going to hit Success Club. And if you're doing all 4 of those every single day, there's no reason you can't be successful and get that financial freedom. Like Kristen said, you have to go above and beyond if you get your goal. You have to. And I know for me, this is something that I'm going to do forever and help. And I know there's some of you on here that are forever coaches. And this is something that we, if I don't show up for a day, it impacts my business. And even just not doing my power hour one day, it really fucks up my business. Excuse my language. But for example, for the month of July, I hit Success Club 19, and that's insane. The month before that, I was busting my butt, and just like Kristen said, I was messaging every day, and I messaged every day, and I did my power every day in the month of July, and it paid off. And like Kristen just said, it's going to pay off the next month. So if you're consistent, and this business is so much more about just posting. Yeah, we can be on Facebook all we want. We can have that presence on social media, but if you're not doing the behind the scenes stuff, like Kristen said, it's going to show in the back office. When Kristen and I look at the back office and we see in our downline that you're still at 0, I can't see what you're inviting or if you're messaging or whatever, but when I see that you're still at 0 and Kristen sees it, she can see oh, she's not doing her vital behaviors. That's the proof right there. And I know that all of us in here want this and we can do this. But yeah, there's so much more than just posting. And you said it all right, Kristen. So.
Okay. So then I'm going to follow up all of what we took away, the hard work, the patience, the consistency. And I want to share with you guys something really important. Number 1, Susie and I believe in every single one of you. So for every single one of you, you're on this team for a reason. Whether we recruited you or whether one of our coaches recruited you, we believe in you, okay? Because we believe in the person that we recruited, that they're going to bring on the right people, that they're going to get the people that they feel like can work this business and do this business and help the most people. So I actually had to really ask myself, do I believe that this business is for everybody? And honest to God, the answer is yes. I believe that anybody that puts in the time and the work and is willing to make changes can make this business work. Honestly, I do. So I believe that any one of you that says, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, then I full-heartedly believe that it will start to pay off. That's where that patience piece comes in. But Susie and I can believe in you guys all that we want. If you don't think that you can do it, if you are on the verge of saying, I'm done, you don't believe in yourself. And you have got to be stronger than the results that you're seeing. You have to believe that day in and day out, you work, you invite, you be a product of the product, you read your personal development. You have to believe that it's going to turn around, okay? So we listened to a guy at Summit on the keynote speaker. I put a video of him in Ignite today. His name was Gary Vaynerchuk. Okay, so this guy comes out and he's like yelling at us, kind of, and we're like, okay, what the heck? If you don't follow Gary, I highly suggest it because he's like a no BS kind of guy. He's the guy that said, August is the month that you need to go because everybody else is on vacation. So August is the month that all the coaches are on vacation. So you need to be inviting. August is the month where, people are laying back. This is the month. Okay. So that's the guy. So what he said is he put in like a $50,000 investment into a website. All right. In the first 18 months, that website brought in a profit of, what was it, Susie? $400. Something. Yeah. So he invested like 50 grand. His dad invested it in their wine business. And in 18 months, the return on investment on that, they had gotten back $400. Okay. But he knew that if he kept going and if he kept doing this, that it was going to pay off. So he took his family's business from a $3 million business to a $60 million wine business, like just from not outsmarting anybody, not being luckier than anybody, not having a better family than anybody, by just working harder, okay?
And just to piggyback off what you just said, Kristen, one thing that he said was while his friends were out partying and drinking, he was making sacrifices because he wanted his business to work in the end. Yeah. And he was making those sacrifices so that today he can stand up and present himself about how he's a billionaire.
Yeah. So, you guys have to believe in as much in you as we do. Like, we have big goals for these teams, and I don't think that we could honestly say these goals if we didn't think that you guys could hit them. And so like the very last part of this call, I want to talk about our team goals. I want to talk about individual goals. But you've got to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You've got to know that anybody, Canadian coaches, I see you guys and like, oh my God, I wish I lived in Canada right now because there are so many people that don't know about Beachbody in Canada. There are so many people. You've just got to be adding to your network. Everybody's got to be adding to your network. You've got to be adding every single day. Find new people because you're going to run out of people. You're going to run out of aunts. You're going to run out of uncles. You're going to run out of cousins. Find new people every day. Start building relationships with them. Susie is so good about adding new people to her network, but not just adding them and like letting them float around. She adds them and then she makes a relationship with them. Like she can tell me, oh yeah, I added 20 people this week. Here's where I met them all. Here's the conversation that I had. For me, that's uncomfortable and it's hard. So the first thing I need to do the next day when I'm messaging and doing my Hey Girls just to say hi to people, I message those people that I just added yesterday because otherwise if I don't, the conversation's never going to get started. So you guys have to believe as hard in you as we do. Let's see, what else did I write down? I feel like you just kind of like leave Summit with this fire in your belly, like you can do anything, like your team can do anything. And you see this vision of people, I'm sitting down there on the floor. I went out for my 2-star walk. When I went to Summit last year, I was so, I started the trip just so like bummed that I was not a diamond, or I was a diamond and I wasn't walking as a 1-star. I hadn't qualified for that yet. And I said, next year at Summit, I'm going to be walking across that stage as a 2-star. And it didn't hit me until we all started talking about our goals at the end that I had actually achieved the goal that I had set the year before, you know? And so my goal for this year, as I'm sitting down in the grass and I'm watching the people that are achieving my goal from this year, I'm taking a picture of what it says on the screen, and I'm mentally seeing myself walk across that stage, because you guys, like, nothing is going to stop me. I'm going to wake up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Monday, every single day, and I'm going to do my work, and I'm going to start implementing 30 minutes of team time so that you guys are getting the best leader out of me that you can. I feel like it just like burns inside of you. So every training and every bit of summit that you guys can like catch up on it, take it in, like feel the momentum that we have going, that this team is going. I mean, I looked in my back office today. Can I just tell you some of the Success Club numbers I saw? 17, 19, 9. Are you kidding me? Like, I had my worst month ever last month, and I had people hitting nearly Success Club 20. Like, hello, that's amazing. That's amazing. I got Nikki, who gets Success Club 4, so close to hitting that 5th one. But like, you look at where you were the month before, Nikki, that is, you know, that's growth. Every single month that you do something a little bit better, every single day you do something a little bit better, you're growing. Okay? But you guys got to be plugging into personal development so you can believe in you. And every single day you need to remind yourself, write that goal down. What is your goal? So I'm going to tell you guys right now, Susie, I'm so excited. I have to share my team goal. Okay.
Do it.
All right. So my goal for this team, and just for you guys that don't know, all of you guys are a part of my team. You're all a part of Team Ignite. If you are under Susie or somebody under her, then you're part of Team Ignite and Team Supreme, so you get double leadership. You guys were all a part of Team Goal Diggers, so we were all a 2015 elite team last year, okay? But not only do I want to, to do that with Goal Diggers, but I want Team Ignite to be a 2016 elite team. So I'm going to kind of break it down to you and let you guys know what that means, because I know for a long time I was like, I don't know what that means. Neat. Cool. Sounds cool. So let me rewind to the beginning of my summit story. So Brooke, as the head of Goal Diggers, was elite last year with the team. And I say the team because she couldn't have done that without everybody on the team. So I was Brooke's first coach that she signed on. She totally was like, oh, I'm doing this thing. My sign up story is not cool. It's like, she's like, I'm doing this thing, you can get your 21-day fixed package faster if you sign up too. And I was like, okay, neat. Not a cool story, but I immediately went because I have that entrepreneurial, I want to be my own business leader. And once I realized, that Tupperware wasn't going to work, because that was what I did. My previous network marketing was Tupperware. Yeah. I think I was 25. I didn't make it as a Tupperware lady. Shocking. I know. So weird. I know. But once I realized, I went to school for strength and conditioning. I wanted to be a personal trainer. This is what I was meant to be doing. Okay. So Brooke was like, Kristen, I want to take you to the elite party. So what happens when you go to the elite party? Well, one, there's an open bar. That was pretty cool. Yeah. You get roast beef. It was so good. The food was amazing. But even more than that, you're walking across with, you're surrounded, one, by celebrity trainers, two, by the top coaches in the business. Think of the top coach that she was there. Think about the best coach that she was there. And I saw them all. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, Susie. I took a picture with Amy Silverman. I was with Autumn. I saw Sagi. I took a picture with Tony Horton. I got to see and meet a couple of my coaching idols. So that was so cool. So I'm going to show you guys. To get into the elite party, we had to wear these bands. So we get this band. It says elite. I've cut off all of my bands from Summit, and I refuse to cut this band off. Now I realize that this little piece of plastic is going to go away. So one of the first things I did when I got home yesterday was I ordered one of those nylon bracelets that wraps around your wrist, and the tag on it says elite. That's it. Elite. So that every day I can wear my elite bracelet to remind myself why I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, why I'm sacrificing whatever it is that day, whatever it is. So I can look down at my arm and realize that I'm working towards something. And right before I got on this call, I heard this and I wanted to read it to you guys. When you reach the goal, it will have been worth the journey. Not once at the end of this year, when I see that we're an elite team, do you think I'm going to be sad about those wine nights I missed? Do you think I'm going to be sad about anything that I sacrificed, that we sacrificed to do it? Nope. I'll tell you what, though, if it didn't happen, I would be pretty bummed, because I would feel, I would take on so much of that. So when you reach the goal, it will have been worth the journey. So we're going to the elite party and we're doing this thing, and I'm like, shit, I want this more than ever. And Summit was the time that I decided that I wanted to be a 2-star coach at the end, and so I'm telling myself, like, this is happening. This is happening. So right now what we are sitting, Team Ignite is a 2-star team. So that means each star is a diamond on our team. So what that means is we need 3 more diamonds who are my personally sponsored coaches to hit diamond by November 24th of this year. And I wrote down another number. Where is it? Because I was like, November 24th, that sounds really far away. Well, November 24th is far away. And I'll tell you guys, you can go diamond in a month. You can go diamond in a week. You can go diamond in however long. So listen to this. November 24th is 17 weeks away. November 24th is 116 days away. So for Team Ignite to be an elite team, for Team Supreme to have hit the goals that Susie's going to set for you guys, we have 17 weeks with 116 days. But think about what you could do in 116 days. If you had 100 pounds to lose, you could lose 100 pounds in 116 days. And that's a lot of weight, right? If you had, 100 miles to run. If you ran 1 mile every day, you would have run 100 miles in 116 days. You would run actually 116 miles. Okay, so November seems really far away. But I want you guys to think about it every single day. And you know what? Like I said, diamond might not be your goal. So you might not be the one that is shooting for diamond by November 24th. But so the people on this call right now that can push towards that Ignite 5-star elite goal, Vanessa, you're one of them. Cassandra, you're one of them. Anybody who's one of my personally sponsored coaches who signed up to be a coach through me, you can directly become a diamond to push us that way. But that doesn't mean that everybody else doesn't help that, because everybody else does help that. We have to create points. So we earn points as a team by volume. So everybody on this call, you contribute to that goal of our team being an elite team, and seeing our name, Team Ignite, like written places, so cool. Everybody contributes to it with volume. And all of my personally sponsored coaches, again, putting a lot of onus on you guys, contribute to that by hitting Success Club 5. Now, once I hit Success Club 5, every time one of my coaches hits it, it doubles our elite points, okay? So it's not just Cassandra and Vanessa, it's Stacy, it's Nikki, it's Lydia, it's Heather, it's all of you guys that help to create this goal, and that we are literally all working towards this together. And I remember Brooke decided after Summit last year, she was like, I'm going to go elite. If they can do it, why can't I? We're going to go elite. This team is worth it. We're going to be an elite team. Brooke went to Summit last year as a diamond coach. She finished last year as a 6-star diamond team. So what that means is between Summit right now, today, and November 24th last year, she advanced 6 of her personally sponsored coaches. She helped them to get to diamond, okay? I mean, and if your goal is diamond, we're going to work on it. If your goal is diamond and you're not my personally sponsored coach, we're still going to work on it. We're going to reverse engineer goals. We're going to have a big push, okay? Where it's not just going to be like, my goal is diamond, and I say, okay, neat. Let's check in again November 24th. Because I don't know if you guys can hear this, and if I don't know if you know this about me, I hate losing. I hate not achieving something that I set out to do. So this is a team thing, and that's why I wanted to start with, we believe in you guys. You need to believe in you. When you're setting your goal, I want you to really think about, what do you want to get out of this business? You just want to have some fun? Then maybe diamond's not your goal, and that is okay. because I don't want to push you to say something that you don't want to say. I don't want to push you to make a goal that you don't want to hit. If your goal is Emerald, that's awesome, because at Emerald you start making cycle bonuses. But I want you to really shoot high, okay? It's uncomfortable for me to say, yep, I want to be an elite team, because that's a big goal. That is a big thing to say. But now you guys all know that's the goal. You know how we need to do it. So who is going to help create this 5-star elite team? Can you imagine what that would do for your recruiting to say, I am part of a 5-star, I'm part of an elite team? That is like the highest percent of coaches in this business. That means you're on one of the top teams in the whole network of 400,000 teams. It's really cool. I see you, LaDawn. I'm checking on it. Oh, talking to Nikki. Reverse engineering goals means like you set a goal and you go back and you break it into smaller goals. So if your goal is diamond, you say, okay, in 17 weeks to become diamond, you need 8 coaches. There's a coach every 2 weeks. That's possible. There's nothing offensive about inviting somebody to better their life, to help other people, or to make money. There's nothing offensive about that. I think it's offensive if we don't ask people to do this, because you don't know who's going to say yes. I know that it's hard to invite people to lose weight or to eat healthy. That's a little harder. But to ask somebody, I mean, you're basically saying, do you want a job? Like, there's nothing offensive about that. There's nothing offensive about saying, you have a problem or you have something that I can help you fix. You've just got to make it personal enough that they see, that they can envision, they can see themselves in it. If they can't see themselves in it, they're never going to say yes. So you've really got to get personal with them when you're asking them. I think you'd be a really great coach because I think you could really benefit from this, because I'd love to have your spirit on my team, because, I mean, if they see that you know that they have 3 kids and they just lost their job and you care enough about them to invite them, that's going to mean something to them. I know the economy for my coaches in Canada, again, I know it's rough up there, but the investment to do this, one, they're investing in their life and their health by making that, let's say, $140, $160 Canadian investment. One, you don't pay an enrollment fee. I don't know any other business that you can start for $160. I don't know any other business where you're not only helping yourself, but you can immediately make that money back. 3 challenge packs, you make your money back on your challenge pack. That's it. I mean, you guys, I feel like I could just go on and I don't want to just blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to let Susie, I'm going to mute myself and zip it. I'm going to let Susie share her goals for her team, because I don't want you guys to think that my goals are any more important than Susie's. You guys, we all are on a level playing field. It doesn't matter if you're 2-star, if you're Emerald, if you're not Emerald, you're coach, you're a brand new coach. We're all on the same team. Honestly, I mean that. And if any of you have a bigger goal than mine and you hit it, I would genuinely be happy. If Susie hits her goal and I don't, think I'm going to be upset with her? No. I'm going to help her get that goal, because that's my job. That's what when I signed on for her to be a coach under me, that was my goal, was to help her. Just like all of you guys. Okay. So, all right. For real.
Okay.
Susie, good.
All right, thanks. So my whole Summit story and everything is a little bit different. I'm going to start with that. So I didn't go to Summit last year and I couldn't make it. And so when everyone was at Summit, like many of you this year, you weren't there. My FOMO, my fear of missing out, was terrible. And I saw all these pictures, like Kristen and Nikki were messaging me the whole time I wasn't there. And I was like, well, this sucks. I want to be there and I want to walk across that stage next year. So I made my goal, for this Summit to walk across the stage as a 2-star, and it didn't happen. And so for me, that's discouraging and deflating, but it's I am not going to give up. I'm going to keep going, because I want to walk across that stage still, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm still giving it my all, and I'm doing everything I can to get there. And so my team goal this year, I'm bringing the ladder up a little bit higher, because I also want Supreme to be an elite team. And I want to have 5 diamonds. I don't have any personally sponsored diamonds right now. So I need 5 people who are ready to really jump on and just push their business and hit diamond. And I was talking to somebody at Summit and she's an Emerald coach on Gold Diggers. And she was like, I really want to get diamond, and then I want to do this and this. And I was just like, and I kept telling her, you know, like, once you hit diamond, I think what it was for me is once I hit diamond and started making those cycle bonuses, I was like, oh, wow, like this is amazing. Like I don't ever want to drop rank because I've started getting these cycle bonuses and like I'm making this much money. And like, I mean, for my teaching salary, it's just like incredible to have this side money. And so it's like, everybody on this team, like once you hit diamond, and if that's not your goal, that's fine. But like for some of us, when you hit emerald, when you start getting those cycle bonuses, those checks, I mean, for those of us on here that want financial freedom, like that's going to like really be eye-opening. And so when you hit diamond again, same thing, you're going to be like, wow, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I mean, some of the checks that I've gotten every week are just like mind-blowing, and it just fuels my fire. And so in order for Supreme to be elite this year, and in order for Supreme to be elite by November 24th, I'm trying to build 5 new diamonds, and they have to be my personally sponsored coaches. And I want people who, you know, are ready to jump on board, who are ready to push towards this goal. I mean, because watching Brooke do this was unreal. I mean, like we knew Lauren was going to do it. We knew Brandon was going to do it because they've been in the business for some years. But to watch to watch Brooke do it was just like unreal. But like, I know like LaDawn, you're going to be there next year, and Nikki's going to be there, and like Heather, I mean, Vanessa, Cassandra, like all of you guys that are going to be there next year, like it's just the empowerment and like all of the energy from all the coaches is just unreal. And I mean, that's my goal, and I really, really want to help anybody. And like Kristen said, we're all on this team together. So it's not like anyone's competing to do it faster or to do it better. We're all doing this together. And like, if I have an idea of how I went emerald and then diamond, like I'm going to share that with Nikki, and I'm going to share it with Cassandra, like, because we're here as a team and we want to do this together, because I want to be elite just as much as Kristen wants to be elite. And I want Ignite to be elite just as much as she wants Supreme to be elite, because we're doing this together. And like for all of us just to, I don't know, be together in New Orleans next year and be like, damn, look at me. I hit my goal. Like, look at me. Like I took 17 weeks and I did it. I smashed my goals out of the park. Like I want everybody to just be so proud. And I know that some of you are like, well, shit, I don't have till next July to do this. But I mean, if you want to take a year to do that, that's fine. That's on you. That's your goal. You know, like I don't want to pressure anybody or push anybody to do something that they're not comfortable with. Like I want to take coaches who are ready to run with it and take these next 17 weeks and hit diamond. And like Kristen said, 2 coaches every other week, or a coach every 2 weeks. Like, I mean, that's chump change. Like, and one of the things about this business is like, for me not to lose my rank as a diamond coach. I mean, I've been a diamond for a year now, over a year, and I have only been a diamond, but I lose coaches every month. So one of the huge things about this business is recruiting. And if I'm not constantly recruiting, I'm constantly fearing for my like life to drop rank, and I don't want to drop rank because then I lose my money and then I am like stressing out over it. So like all of us should be recruiting constantly. And I know Brooke, I've kind of gone off task for Kristen, but I know Brooke has that coaching group this week. But that's what I want. Like I want to be up there with Kristen and Brooke next year. Like I don't want to sit on the sidelines. I want to be down there on the floor with elite. And if I have any diamonds, I want them down there with me. Like we were sitting at the restaurant, and I told the whole group that was at Summit, we were like, what's our goals? I was like, I want to be 5-star, and I want to have all 5 of my diamonds with me in New Orleans. Like that would be huge. Like that's something, I just got chills. That's something like I want so bad, but you guys have to want it too. And I wrote something down really quickly. On one of the last days in one of the trainings, one of the speakers said, if you don't do it, it doesn't get done. So if you're not doing the vital behaviors and you're not doing the inviting, no one's doing it for you. Like I can't sit there and be like, oh, let me place this coach here for her. Let me place this coach here for her. Like I'm not doing this. Like I'm helping you, and I want to help you every step of the way. And so does Kristen, but you have to want this just as bad as we do. So I just want to leave with that. But that just really hit home with me when I heard her say that on Saturday. Cause it's so important. It's so true. You know, like if I don't do my power hour every day, I'm not inviting, and that's going to reflect on my business, and I don't want that. So that's what I want for 2015. I want to finish this year strong, and I want to be 5-star and elite.
Yeah. No, I think, Susie, you said something really important. You said we can give you guys the tools. You guys have to learn how to use them. Okay. You're not going to touch a power saw for the first time and just know how to build with it. All right. So we give you these tools. We post in our team pages every day. We ask you guys for feedback. We try and pump you up. And we're doing this as our leadership role and teaching you how to use these tools, giving you these tools. You've got to take the time to learn it. Okay. So if you're a new coach, if you're an old coach, if you feel like you want more training, I really recommend you guys go into the back office, because there is a plethora of leadership ladder training that we'll put you in the Coach Basics group again if you want to go through it and go through that Coach Basics again. All of you should be in the playbook. Susie, you still put your coaches in there?
Yes.
All right, you're all in the playbook. I mean, that is like Beachbody Coaching 101. Go back through the playbook. Reread it all. Do the exercises. When you go into these groups and when you say, I'm in for this group, you're committing to do it. You're committing to do the work. Stacy, Vanessa, I'm so proud of you guys. Vanessa is going to go Emerald this week. Stacy went Emerald last week. That's 2 new Emeralds on our team, guys. You guys are one step closer to Diamond. It's so cool. If you're saying you're going to go into these groups, we love running them. We love doing these things for you guys, but it's really, really hard to see people that say that they want it and then just coast. You know, it's really hard to put time and energy into something, because it's a lot. You guys know how it is to run a challenge group when nobody shows up. Think about it. Think about these coaches that, you know, and you guys are all, you're here, you're showing up, you're doing it. Okay. So I'm not talking to any one of you. I just want you to consciously think when you say what you want to do. You got to show up. Okay. You can't say something. Your actions speak louder than what you're going to tell us today. We're going to know in the first week who our runners are and who are going to be the ones that want to push the teams to elite. We're going to know in the first week. All right. So I want to turn the floor over to you guys. I'm going to unmute you one by one. Raise your hand or kind of give me a wave if you have your goal set in mind for November 24th. For the end of this year. All right, Nikki, I see you first. So I'm going to go. Keep in mind, we're recording, so we can go back to this any old time. All right, Nikki. Did I unmute her? No. Unmute audio. Okay, Nikki, can you unmute yourself? Hold on, I got you, girl.
Message on the message board.
Nope, we can hear you now.
Okay, great. I just wanted to say, if you didn't get a chance to make it to Summit, do whatever you have to do to get to New Orleans. And you really truly want this business, do whatever you got to do. My goal for November 24th is 2-star diamond.
Okay, do you want a premier or?
Premier.
Okay. And so you know everything that you need to do to get there, right? You know, like the 135 points.
And I've been looking at the leadership ladder to know what getting those points means, because that's kind of what I'm in right now. So I've started looking at the leadership ladder, at least about how many points you have to get, and starting to read how I qualify for those points.
Perfect.
Thank you. And I want to help make this team elite, because I saw superstar diamond after superstar diamond after superstar diamond, and the top 10 elite women up there. And the number three woman that was top 10 elite was a diamond last year. And she's number 3 in our entire business. And she came diamond last year. She wasn't even sitting on the floor, but she made the choice that she was going up there.
Hardest worker.
That's all you have to do. That's it. Just make the choice.
I bet she had to be very honest with herself. And, you know, it's not easy to sometimes be honest with yourself and say, I'm not doing what I need to do. I'm not doing as much as I can to hit this goal. Thanks, Nikki.
Thank you.
All right, Cassandra, you're next, girl. What do you got for us?
Oh God, panicking. That's what I've got.
What?
I'm kidding.
You're good.
My goal for November 24th is to go diamond, and I want to go 2-star by summit.
Awesome. I love both of those goals. All right. I'm writing them down. Diamond. And we can do a strategy call and get on together. We'll do some one-on-one calls. We can have like a weekly or bi-weekly standing call to check in and see how things are going. We can work on messaging, whatever you feel like you need at that point in that week to get you to where you want to be.
That would be awesome.
Awesome. And I know you have a big goal eventually. What do you want to do? Why don't you share with everybody what your big, like, this is why I'm doing this goal?
My big, hairy, ambitious goal is to retire my husband.
Yeah. So there you go. Now it's out there. Everyone knows. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Our coach on Fit Force did that this year. Actually, she did it a couple months ago. She retired her husband.
Stephanie Cram.
Yeah, Stephanie Cram. You definitely
it's going to be awesome, so he can do what he wants to do instead of what he has to do.
Yes.
Exactly. All right. Thanks, Cassandra. All right, Stacy, I'm going to unmute you. We're going to hear from you next. So our newest Emerald until Thursday when Vanessa's our newest Emerald. But for now, Stacy, what is your goal for the year end?
Well, just like Cassandra, I want to be Diamond by November 24th, and I'm going to push for 2-star by Summit.
I love it. And we can do the same thing. I know you're under Vanessa, but I'm happy to, get on a call together, or you two can strategize however you want to do it. I'm more than happy to help get you there. And I realized that with my role and Susie's role, we both realized that we're going to be sacrificing even more to mentor you guys to where you want to be mentored and where you need to be mentored. Because for a long time, we've been kind of silent leaders on pages, but to get where we need our teams to be, we're going to probably have to, do some one-on-one calls, or we're going to be checking in with you more. We're going to say, how is that goal, to get 2 coaches this month going or 3 coaches this month going? So when you think we're being annoying, we're going to go back to this call on August 1st and we're going to say, really not trying to bother you, but you said your goal was. So we're going to hold you guys accountable to the goals that you're setting right now in my blue pen on my polka dotted paper. All right, Stacy, thank you. All right, Vanessa, you're up.
Okay, so my goals are pretty much the same as Cassandra's and Stacy, since I'm just about to hit Emerald. By November 24th, I want to be Diamond, and then hopefully 2 or 3-star Diamond by Summit next year when I'm in New Orleans.
I love it. I love that you guys have committed to go too. That's awesome. That just shows me you guys are serious about this business. All of you that have signed up, it shows us you're serious. And I know some of you haven't, but you're going to. But you guys, Summit is like the place to be. I'm telling you. I think that Brooke almost didn't go to Summit last year. I was thinking about this today because I was 4 months postpartum from Piper, and I was like, hell no, I'm not leaving. Like, I can't. Not leaving my baby. And I don't know that Brooke would have gone to Summit without me. And I'm not saying she is where she is because of me. I'm saying that I don't know that she would have gone to Summit by herself had I said, I'm not going. So I can't even imagine where we would all be right now. So it's little choices like that. That was a big sacrifice for me. I pumped all around freaking Nashville last year. I was sitting in conferences. I was in bathrooms. We're in hearing keynote speakers, and people are looking at what is that? Oh, honk, honk, honk. If you've ever breast pumped, you know what it sounds like. If you've ever had somebody, it's a very distinct sound. And so that was a big sacrifice for me. That was hard. I did not want to go, but I'll tell you, I came back from Summit, and anybody that asked, how was it? My only thing I could say was, I do not regret going. Had I not gone, I would have regretted it. And I knew that. So, if I don't do everything in my power to make you guys, help you guys hit this goal, I know that I'll regret it. If I can say at the end of the year on November 25th, I did everything in my power. I did everything that I could have to help every single one of them hit their goal. And if we come up short, that is what it is. But I don't think that if we all give as much as we can, that it's even possible to come up short. All right. So Vanessa, I love it. Thank you. All right, Nikki, I got you. LaDawn, you are next. And LaDawn is on fire. So listen to what she's saying. She went back to those Coach Basics trainings. LaDawn, how many months in a row have you hit Success Club? By the way, this is LaDawn, our discount coach. Can I just say that? She signed up as a discount coach, had no interest in working. And how many months have you hit Success Club in a row?
4
months.
4 in a row.
Yeah. So LaDawn was our coach of the week last week, right? For
Yeah.
Goal Diggers. Okay. So LaDawn, what are your goals for the end of the year?
So, I didn't have one until we were on this call.
It's okay. Got to have one at some point, right?
So let's go diamond. Why not, right? It's totally doable. I've been talking with you, Kristen, and Susie about it anyway, but didn't really have like a goal in mind of like when. So, but I think it's probably doable.
Nope. Now I think it's probably doable. It 100% is doable.
It's doable. So, go back and look at this call later. Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah.
And so, and along with that goal is I would still like to maintain Success Club throughout. I love listening to the National Wake Up Call, and they're like, this coach has hit Success Club 52 times, whatever. And I'm like, I would like to be that person. So,
I think so if you keep hitting it by Summit, you'll be a Success Club All-Star. So I'm putting that on your goals.
Okay.
And LaDawn, you get recognized for that as well. I know Heather is a Success Club All-Star, and so is Brooke, correct, Kristen?
Yes.
Okay, so there are 2 Success Club All-Stars right now on our team, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Okay, LaDawn, I want you to do one thing.
Okay.
I want you to, you know how you can like see yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to look at your own eyes right now.
Okay.
All right, it's November 24th.
Okay. You're
a diamond coach. So I want you to say, I'm a diamond coach.
I am a diamond coach.
Got it, girl. Got to believe. You have to believe, all right?
Got it.
Okay, Heather, I'm going to unmute you in a second in your video. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad we can't see you. I don't know how to unmute the video. How's to start video? Okay. All right, Heather, I see you now. Okay, you're the 434 number. I'm going to unmute that too. Okay, 434. Guys, I've done this 1,000 times. And how many times do I get on here? And I'm like pushing around like I've never done it. All right, Heather, try and talk.
Okay.
Okay, we gotcha. All right, so Heather, what are your goals?
Well, I guess my goal after being on this call would be to be Emerald by the end of the year.
Okay.
That would be awesome because I've kind of been a couple of months and I've kind of just been hanging out, I guess. So I'm really, I know my goal for this month is to hopefully just be able to hit Success Club this month.
Perfect.
So that's really what I'm pushing for. So
I love it. And I think that not every goal is a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. So I think it was really brave of you to kind of go against what everyone else is saying. And, you're honest with yourself. But, if you hit that goal of Emerald in like 2 weeks, we're going to have to readjust those goals. Okay, good. Just want to put that out there for you. All right, I'm going to mute your line, but I'm not going to mute your video. All right, Lydia, I'm going to unmute your phone. All right, what are your goals, Lydia?
Well, really, I'd love to hit Success Club this month, next month, and for October, so that way I can have my first 3 months with Success Club.
Perfect.
So that's really what I'm looking at.
Okay, August, September, August to October. Okay, and then do you know, and you might not even know what Emerald and Diamond entails. Do you know what they mean?
I'm looking at them on the, under the information with the Beachbody and the office.
Okay.
And I see that, an active Emerald has like 2 active coaches under them.
Correct. Yep, 2 coaches. So you would sign up 2 people, like your mom and your dad, so you could be Emerald tomorrow. Or your brother and your sister.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, you could do that, but
yeah.
So it's 2 coaches. Let's do this. Let's start with Success Club for the first 3 months so that you earn that Success Starters ticket, and maybe in a couple of weeks, we check back in once you've kind of had a chance to really understand what it means to go Emerald or Diamond, and we really set a rank goal for the end of the year.
Right.
Cool. I love it.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to mute you again. All right, I'm going to actually unmute everybody because I feel like we can kind of just open it up. I know it's 10:07 if you've got to jump off, you've got to jump off. But I want to unmute the line and see if anyone has anything else to share or questions to ask. And if you need to jump off, my feelings don't hurt, go ahead and jump off. But you guys are all unmuted. So does anyone have anything for Susie or I? Not Susie or me? Oh, I hear Eric.
Yep, he's being a little cranky.
Oh, well, if you need to go, I totally understand.
I'm all right for a little while.
One more thing before anyone goes. Super Saturdays this weekend. Super Saturday. Raise your hand if you're registered and going to one. 3. Okay. If you don't know what Super Saturday is and you need help finding one, let me know. If you're not going, you should think about it. Because live events are the same thing as Summit. Every Super Saturday is like a teeny mini little summit. If you are in the DC area, Brandy Botts and Sarah Gobb and Stephanie Chico are coming, and they're all in our upline. They all make a lot of money, and they all have really cool stories. So I think that they'll all have something awesome to share. Super Saturday is really important, guys. And if you're saying that you want to do these goals, try really hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Live events, team calls, all of these little things. You guys are all showing me that you want this by being on this call. I hope tomorrow you show me that you want it by posting that Transformation Tuesday and reaching out. And on Wednesday, you're doing whatever you post on Wednesdays, and Thursdays you're doing a throwback, and every day that you're inviting. Okay. And when we start to check in with you in a couple of weeks, we're not trying to be annoying. We're trying to hold you guys accountable to those goals that you just set. If you're not on the call, we're going to be checking in with you guys to see what your goals for the year are. Thank you for everyone that called in. Thank you guys for listening to the recording for this long. And just, believe in yourselves, believe in your teammates, and know that at this time next year when we get home from Summit, you are going to be seeing a lot of 2-star diamonds. You're going to be seeing a lot of 5-star teams, and there's just going to be so much recognition that you guys are going to be the ones barfing all of this all over your teams and setting your goals for them, okay? Because last year I didn't have a team to set this to, and look at this. And this is like a third of us. We have right now 12 people from Team Ignite and Supreme registered for Summit. Brooke and Gold Diggers had 14 this year. So I can't wait. I literally wish that Summit started again tomorrow and we could all just go and hug and have our big slumber party. But Susie, do you have anything else you want to add?
Well, you just mentioned the whole belief thing, and you really got to believe in yourself. And when we were in Summit, and this is another quote I wrote down because I think it's really important to me, is Melanie Mitchell. She's one of the coaches, and she talked about confidence. You have to, same thing, you have to have a belief in yourself, and you have to have that confidence in yourself. And I wrote down here, she said you have to stop doubting yourself. You have to work hard. You have to make it happen. You have to push farther. And you just have to continue to remember, you have to believe in yourself. And you can't build a business without belief. You can't. You can't. It's not going to happen. So just continue this. And I can't wait to see where we are in November. And I can't wait to follow up with all of you guys. And it's going to be an awesome month. And it's going to be an awesome end to 2016. So thank you guys all for getting on this call.
Yeah. Anyone have anything at all? All right. Well, we're going to start doing more team calls, whether we do them together or separate. You guys are showing right now you're the leaders on this team. Thank you guys for getting on. Thank you for listening. Have a great Monday night, and we'll see you guys in the morning.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.